First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father,
Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai,
Ba'asham
Ba'asham
HaKadosh.
HaKadosh.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders that do over that great milestone. Peace and salutation to the Akia out there pushing his gospel in sincerity and truth. Say shalom to you, humble and sincere sisters out there as well. Just some of the brothers from the German Strand Camp. This lesson will be entitled Discipline and Consistency. Alright, I just want to get the definition of the words before we get the first precept. Right, discipline meaning it's the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. It's a branch, no, that's a different definition. It's a train to obey. They have a sentence that says many parents have been afraid to discipline the children, meaning many parents have been afraid to correct and teach their children, right? So we know discipline here is the practice of training people, right, to obey, alright, to punish or penalize for the sake of enforcing obedience and perfecting moral character. Then I want to look at the word consistency. It's a consistent behavior or treatment. Consistency is carrying out something the same way or something staying the same way as it's achieved in a particular way. Right, they say painting a wall to achieve the same color and look overall. Right, so discipline is correction, and being consistent is being repetitive, doing the same thing over and over again. Right, and by being disciplined, by being corrected, by being shown the right way, right, and being consistent, consistent correction, consistent evaluation, right? Hey, that what the Lord is about, and that what the Lord is going to do to us. You understand? You're going to be constantly corrected and evaluated, right, so that the best of you could come forward, right? Yeah, and before we bring the first precept, example of this, myself, let's go to the gym, whatever the case is, and normally in the gym you have certain men that they want to do the most, right? Like your limit is 10, they trying to do 10, they trying to do 20, they trying to do 50, right? And they have no plan, they have no order, right? But myself now, I came up with a plan that I about to add 5 pounds every workout, no more, no less. And I became disciplined and consistent at adding 5 pounds on every single exercise. And before you know it, I added hundreds of pounds to different exercises, right? I wasn't trying to overachieve. I just did what was necessary day and day and day again. And that brought me to my goals, right? So when you're in this, you could take a example being in the truth. You don't have to read 40 chapters today and then you do nothing for the rest of the month, right? It's best to go up one step at a time, and by doing so you will eventually reach the top, right? Imagine you have 100 steps, right? One man might run the 100 steps and he might only reach to 30 steps and then he completely burnt out, nothing left, right? But you think about the other man now, he taking it one step at a time, right? Every day he do what he had to do, every day you strive to make a video, you watch some videos, right? You study, you pray, right? You do what you need to do for that specific day, and you do that over and over and over and over again. You're gonna reach a new level, right? If you read 5 chapters a day in 30 days, that's 150 chapters read, right? In a month's time, 150 chapters. How much books that is, right? Done read, done revise. You'd rather be 20 a day, right? You take 5. Some might just do it. I just read 5 chapters about 4 times throughout the day to make sure it stick, right? And you take it little by little by little, eventually that little will turn into plenty. You understand? So you can read the book of Job chapter 36 verse, you can read verse 10. Sure.
Job 36 verse 10. See, he opened also their ears to discipline, and commanded that they return from iniquity.
Come.
Strong's H 4148. Musar.
It's a discipline, chastening, correction. Go down here, it says rebuke, it says instruction, restraint, right? So there's a sense of control in having discipline, right? To be temperate. It says warning, chastisement, right? So the Lord saying here, he opened also their ear to discipline, to what? To correction, to reproof, to chastisement, to instruction, and commanded that they return from their iniquity, right? Because that in itself, that is the key, right? You need to apply that same correction into your own life. If you know it have certain habits that you had to kick, then pray to the Lord and remove it. You understand? If it's stopping you from reaching that full potential, it is becoming an obstacle in your way, you have to remove that obstacle, right? To achieve to be consistent, to achieve the consistency that you desire, discipline needs to be applied, correction needs to be applied, right? If you know, I ask yourself, what's stopping you from making a video a day, right? And when you find out what's stopping you, guess what? Get rid of it, right? What's stopping you from praying 3 times, 4 times for the day? Wherever it is, get rid of it. And by applying discipline, applying reproof, applying correction, right, you will reshape your life and allow that consistency to flow, right? If you're in your song,
Hebrews 12 verse 6. Say, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and so scourge every son whom he receive. Say, if he endured chastening, God dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? Right? So don't despise the chastening of the Lord. Because he just as how when you go, as a child and you're going for screening in school, they want to see where you're about where you know, to make sure that you're ready. So there's how the Lord he doing these things to make we ready. So don't despise the correction, the chastening. It's for our learning. Correction.
And then you look at a dog, for example, right? When you train a dog, in order to achieve a specific consistency, discipline had to be enforced. Right? You're teaching the dog to sit. Or a better example, you're teaching the dog, right, to pee outside, right, to shit outside. It have a certain discipline you're gonna have to, whatever protocol it may be, as the scriptures say, and as the definition we read. Training and discipline is almost as if it's the same thing. So you're gonna have to carry this dog on that specific training that would teach him or her to use the toilet outside. And then by doing so, by him receiving that discipline, the animal will then know to go and use the toilet outside, and then they will achieve that consistency to where every single time the dog feeling the urge, right, they will automatically go outside, right? Correct a child in the way that they should go, and when they are older they shall not depart from it, right? So again, look into your lifestyle. Wherever you had to cut it off, right? Have some discipline, have some correction, right? Have some order in your life, and you would see that the consistency will flow, right? You look at the apostles and them, they able to make 2-3 videos every single day, and they don't miss a day. You understand? They've been doing it for years, right? We might struggle, right? And but the spirit is upon them. They do. It's as if they do struggle, right? They be banging out videos upon videos. They never missing the works, right? They always doing what they had to do, right? But they didn't start off like that, right? It was a disciplining process, that caused them to reach the stature that they are today, right? That they have that discipline, right? To be able, they know that they have to make a video every day because they had to feed the flock, right? And they do it, right? To the point where it's not that difficult for them anymore because they already built up that consistency. They already created a habit. You understand? Like, look at drugs. You do it once, you do it twice, 3 times, you eventually begin to do it over and over and over again because it becomes a habit.
Becomes an addict.
Can. Right?
These men are addicted to your basham, your shy.
Can, exactly. Right? So that is the next key to it. Creating good habits. Right? Don't make the things of this world, don't become addicted and form habits from those things, but rather form righteous habits. Making a video every day, plotting on videos, make reading a habit, make studying a habit, praying, right? Make that a habit, and you continue to do it every day, over and over and over again, and it will become automatic. You understand? And that like, if you look at the new bodies that we're gonna receive, those bodies gonna be addicted to pleasing the Heavenly Father. That is why, without even thinking about it, you're gonna know when the Sabbath is. You're gonna know when Passover is. You're gonna know clean meat from unclean meat. Yeah, you're just going to know, because again, those bodies gonna be addicted to serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? You're gonna be walking down the street, and you're gonna know if a woman have a husband or not, without even seeing them walking together. She could be walking by herself, and you would know, right? Because hey, we're gonna be perfect. You understand? We're gonna be perfect. So you're not gonna even have the opportunity to lust on somebody else's wife, because you're gonna already know beforehand that she taken, right? Because those bodies, as I say, gonna have habits. They're gonna be addicted. They're gonna be disciplined in serving Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And we don't have those bodies yet, so we have to do the best that we possibly could to be like Yahushai.
Taking patterns, taking examples, from the men who was before we, for the men that, striving this truth from 30 years plus, coming up, the elders of Great Millstone. Take example of these men. These men are feeding the flock. The scripture saying Hebrew 3. These men teach. These men teaching Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? Hebrew 3 verse 14. He said, learn where is wisdom, where is strength, where is understanding, that thou mayest know. Also, where is the length of days and life, where is the light of the eyes and peace. So seeing, these men, he doing things pleasing unto the Lord, he feeding the flock, doing that video every day, he coming out and he work. Hey, this is example, we have to follow too. These men, he following Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. The Lord, he set up these men, to feed the flock. Right?
Precept?
Read that time.
Right, I'll bring out 1 Corinthians 15 verse 58. I'm getting the blue letter. Okay, 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 58. It said, therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. And to show you how your works really is a physical manifestation of your faith. Alright, let me say your boss. Hold up, wait, Alright, let me say you offered $20 million. Right? And let me say that just painting a example here, right, is a 100-meter sprint, right? You have let's say 5 years to get your 100-meter sprint to 10 seconds, right? Just a random example. And the reward for that is $20 million. Best believe you is going to be training every single day. You're gonna make sure your diet, your sleep, your water intake, your stress levels, everything gonna be optimized, right? You're gonna do every single thing in your power to make sure by the deadline you run in 10 seconds, right? And nothing is going to stop you from achieving this goal. And if you do achieve it, you're gonna be very close, right? You're gonna give your life, you're gonna give your all to the goal, just like these athletes, how they just sacrifice their life, right, to achieve a reward, a trophy, a championship, to win a match, right? It's the same thing here. It say your labor is not in vain, right? So as far as much as you know that your labor is not in vain, always abound in the work of the Lord. So if you know now the gift 20 million is nothing compared to what the kingdom of heaven would bring, right? The scriptures say the crowns that these people have is they seek for a corruptible crown, but we are incorruptible, right? Because the things that we fighting for actually matter. The things that we fighting for have worth to it, right? I want to look up the word abounding.
Strong's G 4052. Perisuo. Perisuo.
It said to exceed a fixed number of measure, to be left over and above a certain number of measure, to exist or be at hand in abundance, a thing which comes in abundance or overflows unto one, to redound unto, turn out abundantly, to overflow, to excel more than, exceed, to make, to abound, to furnish one richly, so that he has abundance, to make abundant or excellent. Be in excess, be superfluous, superabound, make more, right? Be the better, exceed, excel, increase, right? So we get the point. Abound in the work of the Lord is to have works in abundance. You understand? That basically what it means, to have works in abundance, because you know good and well you're going to be rewarded for all your works. You understand? In faith, because the Lord know why you're doing it. The Lord know you will think that the video is gonna save you, right? The Lord understand why you making all these videos. He understand why you're doing the works. He understand why you're praying, fasting, reading, studying all these things, because you have faith. You actually believe, and that was required, right? So by you abounding in the work of the Lord, you understand, you showing the Lord that you so believe, that you literally giving your life, all your time, you understand, for this matter, knowing good and well that, hey, I gonna be rewarded. And though that is the spirit that the elect will have, you understand, that same spirit would make them receive salvation, you know.
Okay.
Right?
Psalm 37, 23.
37.
Yeah.
Okay. Psalms 37 verse 23. It say, the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand.
And the same thing we were talking about. Concerning that matter also. Give you one more precept, Sirach 6:36. This one, always good. Watch the apostles, watch the videos. Hey, you learn something new every day. Right?
Book of Sirach chapter 6 verse 36. And if thou seest a man of understanding,
Right.
get the
That verse 34.
verse 34, stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee.
Yeah, don't let nothing escape thee wherever they are. Let them talking about what they're breaking down. Hey,
Come.
you know, because hey, these men is archaeologists. There's everything in one. You know, historical. You know, there's everything. Right. So don't let it escape. You know, graph everything. Right.
And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
Yeah. Thy foot where the steps I do. You know. I was taking the apostles. You know, watch the videos. You know.
Get the book of Luke chapter 13 verse 24.
Luke chapter 13, verse 24. He says, strive to enter into the straight gate, for many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in, and shall not be able.
Come. Just look up the word here for strive.
Strong's G75. Agonizamai. Agonizamai.
They strive, it say, to enter a contest, to contend in the gymnastic games, to contend with adversaries, to fight, to contend, to struggle with difficulties and dangers, to endeavor with strenuous zeal, to strive to obtain something. Alright, to contend with an adversary, to endeavor to accomplish something, to fight, to labor, to fervently strive. Right, so when it just says strive, right, it literally means to fight. It means to suffer. It means to endure, right, to go through persecution, to enter in at the straight gate. Look up the definition of the word straight.
Strong's G4728. Stenas. Stenas.
Right, it's a narrow, straight. It's a for select. It's a for many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in and shall not be able. Forget a precept for men second is just 7 verse 6.
This is second Ezra, chapter 7, and verse 6.
You read so like you read till 9 Bible sure.
Second Ezra 7, verse 6. He said, there is also another thing. A city is built and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. He said, the entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were fire on the right hand, and on the left deep water, and one only part between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. He said, if the city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Can't. So this is the same thing we're reading in the Matthew, in the Luke 13. Right, it our city set up on a broad field full of good things, right? They're the kingdom of heaven. But hey, to enter into that kingdom, to receive that, you had to pass through a dangerous path with fire and water on either side. And the path so small one man could go through. Right? So this small little path, and it's surrounded by evil. It's surrounded by peril, it's surrounded by destruction, it's surrounded by temptation. Right? It's surrounded by wickedness. But the only way to reach the kingdom is to pass through this path. Right? And it say if the city were now given unto a man for an inheritance, right? Because it's ours. The kingdom of heaven is Israel's kingdom, right? Through Yahushua. That's our inheritance. The scripture said the world was made for whose sake? Our sakes. Right? We are the rulers of the earth. You understand? We are the kings of the earth. We are the ones that the Lord choose. Right? It's ours. He through Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, this earth is ours, right? So it is our inheritance, is our lot. But the only way to receive what is ours, we need to pass through this dangerous path. You understand? That is the only way. It's to strive. So you have to suffer, you have to go through persecution, you have to go through all these things, right? And enter in at that straight gate. For many I say unto you will seek to enter in and shall not be able, right? So not for everybody. Not everybody had the ability to walk that path. Only the elect, only only those that have the Spirit of the Lord upon them would be able to withstand that fiery furnace. You understand?
Can you shy? He had the part, and he went through it, and where he is today, he sits at the right hand of his father, and where he inherit
Everything.
So the scripture say, arm all yourself in the same manner. If the Lord, if the persecute our Lord for righteousness' sake, they're gonna do that too. But guess what? The Lord say, in death all you shall find life. Right? Hey, you all gonna be risen. Just as how he was risen. Right? So hey, strive, hey. Lord he did his part. He fulfill his course. We had to, he run this race. As Paul say, he finish his course, finish the work, and he know what is laid up for him. A crown of righteousness that the Lord shall give him in the end. So to win that crown, to get that gold medal. So when you win a race, you just get a medal. Right? So to get that medal, hey, you have to run the race. Don't mind. When you're doing, I think, where jump over is hurdles, where you're running
hurdles.
Well, right. When you're doing hurdles and you run and you jump and you fall, you don't get up and walk away. You start to run and jump over the others. Don't let that, that little distraction, that little fall, keep you back.
Weigh you down.
Don't let it weigh you down. Finish the race.
Precept?
You bring on Matthew 7?
No.
Matthew 7, 13, 14.
Book of Matthew chapter 7 verse 13. It says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it.
Yeah, few there be that find. Few. So you see the Lord, he ain't dealing with great numbers. That's why he should say, the world was created for many, but the world to come for few. So that's a remnant. That scripture say, a remnant shall be saved. It's the show. Very few going and find this way. Very few going and find this truth. You can serve the living power. So you can see how the multitude that lost, the multitude that find the way, they're going to be destroyed.
Because scripture say, we is children of the light, right? The elect is children of the light. So these other nations, they don't have the ability to navigate, right? They really can't even see they can't even see the path. They don't even know where they're walking. The scripture says the blind group it in noonday. You understand? They don't know what's going on, right? Is a valley of the dry bones. They don't know prophecy. They don't know what is to come. They don't know the enemy. They don't even know their own identity. They don't know their power. They don't know how to live. They don't know what is the purpose of life. They don't know anything, right? They're just alive, and to show they know greater than beasts. They're just moving off a impulse at this point, right? They're just moving off of instinct, right? Survival. But the men of the Lord are not earthy, right? They are not carnal, but they are spiritual men. So they don't move according to the flesh. They move according to the spirit. And sure, it will have times where a man might fall, right? Where the flesh might consume him in a certain moment. But that is what the Lord says, subject us unto vanity, right? And the same He subject unto hope. You understand? So the Lord will cause you to sin, for whatever reason. The scriptures say all things work together for the greater good for them that love Yahweh, right? So you falling short might lead to you becoming a better person. You understand? A better man of the Lord for whatever reason. You being rebuked, right? You being embarrassed, whatever it is for the greater good for your sake. You understand? Like when a parent correcting a child, hey, sometimes you might not even want to hit the child, but you have to, because by you not hitting or by you not correcting, you not allowing that true potential to come out, right? So as the Lord is our heavenly Father, He is the strength of our house. You understand? And He need to make sure He house in check. You understand? And He had a discipline, right? He had to enforce laws. He had to teach us. He had to show us that correction, right? And that correction does be fair sometimes, but hey, it's for all learning, right? You sin, it's simple. You sin, you go into slavery, you get put to death. You do the right thing, these other nations go into slavery underneath you. You understand? You sin, you be the tail. You do the right thing, you become the head, right? You sin, you live in poverty. You do the right thing, you be fruitful. You live in wealth and the fatness of the earth, right? You sin and you die. You do the righteous things and you live, right? That is simple message I had to come across Israel. And you might think that the message is so simple, yet here we are, thousands upon thousands of years after being delivered from the hands of Pharaoh, and the majority of our people is still wicked, right? So, God. Destroyed. This is Amos chapter 4, verse 6. No, start at 7. It says, and also I have withholden the rain from you, when there were yet 3 months to the harvest, and I caused it to rain upon one city, and caused it to not rain upon another city. One piece was rained upon, and the piece whereupon it rained not withered. So 2 or 3 cities wandered unto one city to drink water, but they were not satisfied. Yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord. I have smitten you with blasting and mildew. When your gardens and your vineyards and your fig trees and your olive trees increase, the palmer worm devoured them. Yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord. I have sent among you the pestilence after the manner of Egypt. Your young men have I slain with the sword, and have taken away your horses, and I have made the stink of your camps to come up unto your nostrils. Yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord. I have overthrown some of you, as power overthrown Sodom and Gomorrah, and ye were as a firebrand plucked out of the burning. Yet have ye not returned unto me, saith the Lord. Right? After all this persecution, after all this teaching, after all this disciplinary action, Israel is still wicked to this very day. Right? We went into slavery, a slavery that has never before been seen. The worst slavery ever. You understand? The most cruelest treatment, right, by the worst people on the face of the earth. And still Israel wicked to this very day, no matter how much persecution, how much plagues, right, befall Israel. Somehow they continuing to revert back to wickedness. So where you think the Lord gonna have to resort to? Desolation. The Lord is going to have to wipe out you niggas, right? All, yeah, we not, I'm not saying I exempt from it, but all those that are wicked and that are not of the elect, hey, the Lord gonna wipe you out. Because that's the only way. Because if you don't want to learn, right? If you don't want to learn, you don't want to repent, then you have to be destroyed, because that is the only way. And it say that here. Verse 12, it said, therefore thus will I do unto thee, O Israel, and because I will do this unto thee, prepare to meet thy power, O Israel. Right? So Hashem Yahushua is saying, if you want to listen, well, prepare to meet me. Right? Prepare for what is to come. You understand? Because a perilous thing about to take place.
The same thing, the prophet, he told Saul,
You can't.
Tomorrow you and your son gonna be with the Lord.
You can't.
That's a terrible thing, and it's to show how wicked Jake is. And the Lord know too. The Lord know the mind.
You can't.
He know everything. As scripture say in 2 Ezra, 16. Yeah. Let's jump to the street. Point one time. 2 Ezra 16 verse 19.
2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Yes, all these things the Lord did deliver we into the hands of our enemies. We went through slavery. All these blows, all these whips, Jake taken. And he ain't turning back to the Lord. They can show how the Lord stretched out the hand unto our rebellious people. Lying, children, disobedient. They hate the Most High. Love wickedness. They ain't want to turn back. But the elect gonna serve your Basha. They're gonna think upon his name. They're gonna call upon his name. But these people, them is the same ones who was in Egypt, who say, you bring me out in the wilderness to die? Let me go back to Egypt where there is food. Right? And the scraps that was eaten over there. Right? Being beaten. Right? So all these licks, all these whips you're going through, they ain't turning from the wickedness. But the Most High to heal them, to heal the land. They ain't turning. So guess what? They're gonna be with the Most High.
Anything? Just bring out this last precept in Revelation 9. Book of Revelation chapter 9 and verse 20. It says, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. And to prove that, right, before World War III take place, we know if we're going to have famine in the world, right? The Lord, in Jacob's trouble, where the so-called white man is going to be killing Jake, you understand, where he's going to be persecuting them, right, where they're going to be starving to death, right? All manner of hell going to be upon Israel. The scripture says for judgment must first begin at the house of the Lord, right? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the sinner appear? So that going to be the state that even the righteous going and get afflicted. So imagine the 2/3. After all that pain, after all that agony, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go to the so-called white man and take the MOTB. You understand? After all that were going to befall them, they are going to see the so-called white man killing their people. Right? Just as in slavery. Who was responsible for the hundreds of millions of lives lost? The so-called white man. You understand? Yet Jake love him to this day. So it's the same thing. They're going to see the fangs of the so-called Esau, and it's still in the end, they're going to run to him. They're going to cleave to him and take the mark. Right? So don't matter. It's as if the Lord had no other choice but to wipe us out. You understand? Because if you don't want to be corrected, you have to be put to death. That's the only way. And you have to be reborn, you have to be remade. You understand? In the kingdom of heaven. So no matter how much famine, how much plagues, whatever they're going to go through, they're still going to choose the so-called white man over Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? They're so loyal to these other nations. You understand? They're so loyal and die hard that they will go in Esau military and die for the name of America. Yet they don't wanna, yet they just can't bring themselves to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You know? Anything I hear with that will be most edifying. Giving all praises and honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders that do rule by a great millstone. Peace and salutation to the Akim out there pushing his gospel in sincerity and truth. Say shalom to the humble and sincere sisters out there as well. Just the brothers from the German Strength Camp saying shalom.
Shalom.